Okay. Yesterday we talked about how to divide fractions to get a decimal. Who remembers doing that yesterday? And how many people remember kind of feeling like when we did it? You didn't really like it, did you? Okay. So what we're going to do today is we're going to practice changing a fraction to a decimal and changing a decimal to a fraction. Okay. The last class, by the time we got finished with this sheet, most of them were at a 4 or a 5 on changing a fraction to a decimal. And if you remember yesterday on our fist to 5, you may not have noticed, but many students were at a 1 or a 2, and I had 1 or 2 3s, okay? So that's why we're practicing this today, because that tells me that we're not here, okay? And where do we need to be in order to move on?
5.
We need to be at least a 4, okay? Now, everybody's not going to be at a 5 by the time we finish today. And some of you may only be at a 3, all right? But most of us should be either at a 4 or a 5 with our comfort level on changing fractions to decimals, all right? So I'm going to go to my big paper just because it's really hard to read my writing on the other paper. So number 1, ask us to change 4/5 to a decimal, all right? Now, when we are changing 4/5 to a decimal, what did I tell you to do yesterday? In and out. So what's going to go on the in? The 4. What's going to go on the out? The 5. And what do we know we already need to add? A 0. Okay, I want everybody to listen to me, okay? When you are doing this, anytime you are changing a fraction to a decimal, if it does not have a whole number, I want you to put a 0 right there, okay? I know that some of y'all, when you write your answers, you just put the decimal, but I want you to get in the habit of putting a 0 there as a placeholder, okay? Now, 40 divided by 5 is what?
6.
8. 8 times 5 is 40. Do we need to go any farther? No. So 4/5 is equal to what? Which is, say that in math. 8/10, okay? And this is saying it like that, I know y'all don't want to say it like that. I know it's way easier to say 0.8, decimal 8, 0, decimal 8. It's way easier. I know that. I get it, okay? But because the next paper that we're going to do, it will help you to say it correctly. It will help you to write the fraction, okay? So let's look on the back and see if 8/10 is an option on the back. Is it an option on the back?
Yep.
Yes. It's these little places over here on the side. Not that one. They're here. I want you to listen carefully. Everybody look at me when I say this. The greatest common factor that y'all did, that paper, and the people who turned it in, many people had the same answer 2 times. And y'all, like 7 or 8 questions were wrong because you had 2 answers the same for 7 or 8 of them, okay? If you have 2 of the same answer, one of them is going to be what? Wrong. You need to go back and check both of them, okay? Don't just go back and do the last one because that's the last one you did. Do both of them to see which one is correct. On this particular assignment, you will not have the same answer twice, okay? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's look back. And I want to do the next one together. Marcy ate 1/8 of the pizza. What is this fraction as a decimal? So we have 1/8. And we need to change that to a decimal. So what do we need to remember?
In and out.
In and out. Inside, outside. So what's going to go on the inside? 1. What's going to go on the outside? 8. What do we know we need to add? A 0. Now, what are we going to put in the ones place? A 0. How many times will 8 go into 10? 1. 1 times 8 is?
8.
10 minus 8 is? 2. Can I stop?
No.
So what do I need to do?
Add in a 0.
Add a 0. Bring my 0 down. 20 divided by 8 is 2. 2 times 8 is 16. Now, 20 minus 16 is 4. Can I stop?
No.
No. How many times will 8 go into 40?
5.
5 times 8 is
40.
40. So, 1/8 equals what?
0.
125,000?
Yes, 125 thousandths. That is correct. Is that an answer choice on the back?
Oh. Yep.
Yes. All right. I'm going to write this up here. 0 in the ones place. And only go 3 places after this one. Zero in the ones place, and we're only going to go 3 places after the decimal. Okay, and I'm going to show you what I mean by that in just a second. Number 3, 1/9. What are we going to do for number 3?
In and out.
In and out. I want you to go ahead and try that one by yourself.
Can I get a piece of scratch paper?
Oh, sorry, I didn't bring y'all paper. I'm so sorry. So sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm very sorry. You pass one to TJ.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's in the
I'll come back in just a second, Jenna, okay? All right, how many times will 9 go into 10? 1. 1 times 9 is 9. 10 minus 9 is 1. What do we need to do?
and keep on going and keep on going and get some more.
So Ava said that as she did it, what happens?
You get the same.
You can't get the same
You
thing.
gotta make it 100.
You keep getting the same thing. Okay, we know that when we have a repeating number after a decimal, what do?
Well,
We put a bar over the 1, okay? And that bar says that it's 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and it's never, ever going to stop, okay? But if you were doing this on your own at home, which we have people out, okay, that are doing this on their own, unless you write it with the pencil tool on your own teacher made that I assign it on, you can't put the bar. So if you were doing this online, that's why I put 3 places after the decimal. You would put 1, 1, 1. Okay? Does that make sense? Now, because the really correct answer is a repeating 1 with the line over it, the answer on the back of your paper is going to be 1 with a line over it. So if you look on the back,
Yep, right there.
you should be able to see right here, 1 with a line over it. Not just 1, not just 1/10, but 1 with a line over it. Okay? Does everybody see that? All right. All right. 1/3. I want you to try 1/3. Because I wrote them out this morning.
Yep, it's
All right, Josh, what happens?
it's
It's the same thing
Yeah.
from before.
So you got 1, 1, 1, 1, 1?
No.
No, what'd you get? 3,
Three,
3, 3, 3. Because you keep getting.
Infinite.
So what do we do?
1 with the 3 with the line.
3 with the line over it. But if you are at home doing this and typing your answer in, what would you have to type?
3 threes.
3 3s. Okay? 3 3s. Now, look on the back of your paper.
But wait. That means that he's continuously eating candy. James's.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Equals 9.
Now, but here's the thing. If you have 1/3 of a dollar, okay, because when I like to think of things in terms of money, okay, if you have 1/3 of a dollar, you have 33 cents, all right, period, because there's no thousandths of a cent, all right. All right, let's look at number 5. Actually, I'm going to skip. I want to skip for just a second because I want both of these to be on the same slide. I want you to look at number 10. I want you to do number 10. What's the problem?
It's the same exact.
Oh, Miss Bird. Really?
But
So what does it do this time, Josh?
it just keeps going on with
With a what?
A 9.
What? Whoa, wait a minute. It's not a 9. It's a what?
It's a 6.
It's a 6. Because 3 times 6 is 18. And so the 6 keeps what?
Going.
So what are we going to write it as?
I'm gonna go 0.6x.
I feel
With a
bad.
bar over it, okay? Because that says that the 6 keeps what?
Going.
Going and going and going. Now, here's a tricky part with this, okay? 2/3 of a dollar is 67 cents.
So he practiced for 67 hours.
So, why is it 67 cents instead of 66 cents?
That doesn't make sense. I guess. I don't know.
What does that 6 make this 6 do?
For what?
Go up. So if you were talking about it in terms of money, it would be 67 cents, okay? But if you were typing this into the computer, because you can't put the bar over it unless you write it in, what would you put?
6, 6.
Justin can't bring himself to say the next one, can you? 666, okay? Miss Bird don't have a problem doing that. Not superstitious.
Oh.
Even though the first day of school, I came out with 666. And it was a big old boom outside, and Caleb has not let me forget that yet. No booms. Nothing bad's happening. So, there we go.
What boom?
I don't know. We have no idea what boomed out there.
It was like the second day.
Yeah.
Okay. I want you to look at number 5. And I want you to do number 5, okay? This one's not a trick one, Josh.
Thank the Lord.
Finally, Miss Bird. Right?
5.
Oh, I know exactly.
I bet it's gonna happen again.
Oh.
Oh, wait a minute. No. 4 times what is 20?
No, it's five.
Man.
7.
2.
Let me go back, 'cause I wanna do this. All right, I want to talk about number 5 for just a second, okay? Let's talk about it for just a second. How many quarters are in a dollar?
4.
4. We talked about this, right? Quart means what?
4.
4. So if you have 3 quarters, how much do you have?
35 cents.
75 cents. So eventually, 3/4 is when you're not going to have to work out, okay? If you have 1/4, how much do you have? 25 cents, okay? Now, I am going to tell you that 1/3 and 1/6, 2/3, not 1/6. 1/3 and 2/3 are ones that you need to memorize, okay? But we will do them enough in 6th grade that you will probably memorize them just by repetition, okay? But those are ones that you're going to need to have in your brain. That 1/3 automatically, you know that that's a 3 that repeats and repeats and repeats. 2/3 automatically, what repeats?
So if it was 3/3.
6, 6, 6, 6, 6. And Justin's skin is crawling. All right. Now, 1 night is a one that's repeating. That's not one I memorize. Okay, that's not one I do all the time. But 1/3, 2/3 are things that you will do multiple times. All right. 3/4, 1/4. Those are things that you're gonna do multiple times. You deal with money all the time. Okay. You should know that 1/4 is 25 cents. 3/4 is 75 cents every time without having to work it out, okay? Does everybody understand that? Okay. I want you, let's look. Mandy studied for 1/4 of an hour. What is this fraction as a decimal? Do you have to work that out?
Probably not.
1/4. 1/4 is what?
25.
25 cents. If you can memorize those, it'll be easier. Now, let's look down here at number 11. 3/10. Do I need to work that out? No. How can I write 3/10?
You're at 30 hundred.
Or just write 3/10 right there. 1 3 after the decimal. That's all you need.
Wow.
Do we have to work it out? No.
Wait, so would number 9 be just like 1?
So tell me exactly what to write up here for number 9. 0.1. 1/10. Yes. I want you to look at the rest of them. Are there any more that we could go ahead and do right off the top of our head?
1 and 2.
1 and 2.
50 cents.
12.
Number 12, 1/2.
Yeah.
Okay, 1/2. A half of a dollar is 50 cents. So what is that?
50?
50. Yes, sir. What other one?
Would number 8 be 0.15?
Nope. You have to divide that one. Yes, ma'am.
Did you do 19 and 20?
19 and 20. 31 hundredths. So how do I write that? 0.31. 79 hundredths. How do I write that? 0.79.
Oh, so 100's just 10.
Well, so it's 2.
So, no, well, because.
Okay, I get it. The hundredths place is 2 places after the decimal. Yes. Yes, ma'am.
On number 7, would you do, would you have to divide that one?
How else would you do it? You may be right. Tell me, how else would you do that one?
20 could be,
You want to change the 20 to what? To what? I could change the 20 to 100. What could I multiply by? 20 times what's 100?
I just said no.
20 times what is 100?
5.
5. So 7 times 5 is
35.
35. So 35 hundredths, how do I write that?
0.35.
Yes. Y'all, that leaves you with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to do. Okay?
The last one that
So
we
it's
literally
16
did was
one,
number
two.
7.
16. So what could you change your denominator to in 16?
100.
Yep. So you would multiply by what?
13.
13 times 5.